Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today we're going to make a farmhouse mason jar using one of the mason jar cutouts from Dollar Tree. So I had this mason jar cutout from last year, but they do have other ones at Dollar Tree. These farmhouse cutouts, I got a cow, a pig, and a rooster at Walmart. Some white chalk paint and some regular black acrylic paint. I grabbed 4 wooden beads, some twine, and then ribbon of your choice. These are all from Dollar Tree, and then some raffia. And also a little button for the center of my bow that we're going to make. And I used a scraper to pop off the stars, and I also removed the hanger. Next, I took a spray bottle with water, and I just sprayed the whole entire sign over all of the paper that was on it, and I let it sit for a while. And this helps so that you can just scrape the paper off of the sign. So I just took a scraper and just lightly scraped all of the paper off. The longer you let the water sit on, the easier it'll be. On some spots, the first layer of paper came off, and then I had to spray again and let it peel the rest of it up. But this is how it looks when you're done. It was super, super easy to do. Next, I'm going to take the black acrylic paint. I'm going to paint the entire mason jar and all 3 of my farmhouse animals in black. And this is what they look like all finished. I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to use my white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint a thin layer of the chalk paint onto the mason jar. I'm not going to be worried about getting every single spot. I wanted the black to show through. So just a quick layer. And here it looks when I was all finished. Once that dried, I took a sanding block and I sanded all the edges of my farmhouse animals, and I sanded the mason jar along all the edges to give it all a rustic look. You can see with the sanding, it's making the black show through. I just really love the way that looked. And as you can see, all the animals look nice and rustic now. Next, I put 2 beads on paintbrush handles. I painted 2 of the beads white and 2 of the beads black. And I'm going to set those aside and let them dry. Next, I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to wrap it around the entire top of the mason jar. So I just used a dab of glue on the back with my little finger protector. And then I just started wrapping as many times as I wanted around the top of the mason jar. Once I had it wrapped as many times as I wanted, I just cut the end and hot glued it into place on the back. I cut off the excess and I added a little glue on top just to make sure that it stayed. Next, I'm going to take the animals and I'm going to stack them on top of each other in the center of the sign. And as you can see, they fit perfectly. Then I'm just going to hot glue them in place. You want to make sure they're all straight and even. And I just love the way this looks. It's super cute. How adorable is that? Next, I made 3 little mini buffalo check bows. And I'm going to add one to each of the farmhouse animals. And they look so cute with their little bows. I adore this. It's so adorable. Next, I'm going to make a messy crisscross bow. So I just took a bunch of ribbon and cut into the length that I wanted. And then I just sort of crisscrossed them on top of each other. I added a bunch of raffia onto the top. And then I'm just going to use my twine and tie off the center. I'm going to do that in a double knot. And cut off my excess twine. And then I'm just going to start to mess with the bow. Cut the loops on the raffia. And cut the bow down to the size that I wanted and make sure that both sides were even. Next, I'm going to hot glue the bow on the top left-hand corner, right on the underneath of the twine that we wrapped around. Then I'm just going to hot glue my button to the center. How stinking cute is that? I absolutely love the way this is turning out. So next I'm going to take a piece of twine and run it through the back of the sign where the holes were that the original hanger was on. I'm just going to tie a few knots to make sure that it's held into place. And then I'm going to run my beads onto that twine. So I did a white bead, then a black bead, then another black bead, and then a white bead, so that when I hang it, there'll be a white bead and a black bead on the other side. I'm going to run it through the other side and also tie it in a double knot. And that is it. How stinking cute is this? I absolutely love the way this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this project also. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to spread the chaos. And don't forget to sign up for our texting community. The number is at the end of the video. Just text hi and you'll be signed up and you won't miss another DIY.